in a rapidly changing world. Where global powers rise and fall. India in the Global Crossroads, a geopolitical documentary.
Every nation's foreign policy begins with its geography, and for India, geography has always spoken loudly. Shielded by the Himalayas and opened by a 7,500-kilometer coastline, India stands at the crossroads of continents and oceans. It is not merely a South Asian state, but a natural bridge connecting West Asia, Central Asia, Southeast Asia, and the Indo-Pacific. As Lord Curzon once observed, India's location ensures that it cannot remain detached from global affairs. Protecting land borders, securing maritime routes, and safeguarding the Indian Ocean commons are not choices, they are necessities. Geography, therefore, is both India's shield and its strategic responsibility. Yet geography alone does not define foreign policy. Ideas and historical experience give it purpose.
India's foreign policy did not begin in 1947. It was shaped much earlier, during the freedom struggle itself. Indian leaders viewed international politics through the lens of anti-imperialism, racial equality, and global justice. Jawaharlal Nehru believed that India's fate was inseparable from that of other colonized nations. Even before independence, he spoke of a foreign policy rooted in peace, independence of judgment, and moral clarity. This was the birth of a central idea that would guide India for decades: strategic autonomy, the determination to decide independently, free from external pressure. These ideas, forged during the freedom struggle, would soon face their first real test in an unforgiving global order.
When India became independent, the world was already divided. The Cold War had split global politics into two hostile camps: Western capitalism and Soviet socialism. For a newly decolonized nation, alignment with either bloc risked replacing colonial dependence with ideological subordination. Yet isolation was not an option. India chose a middle path, neither submission nor withdrawal. It rejected power politics driven by domination and instead promoted coexistence. The Panchsheel principles, sovereignty, non-interference, equality, and peaceful coexistence, became India's moral compass, inspired by the civilizational idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as one family. From this search for balance emerged a distinct diplomatic strategy, shaped as much by necessity as by principle.
From these ideas emerged non-alignment, not as neutrality, but as strategy. For India and other newly independent states, non-alignment was a shield against neo-imperialism. It allowed India to judge global issues on merit rather than military alliances. Through NAM, India amplified the collective voice of the Global South, challenged colonial legacies at the United Nations, and preserved diplomatic flexibility in a deeply polarized world. Non-alignment was autonomy in action. But principles gain meaning only when they are tested under pressure.
In 1971, India faced a grave security challenge as the United States, China, and Pakistan aligned during the Bangladesh crisis. India responded by signing the Indo-Soviet Treaty of Peace, Friendship, and Cooperation. This was not an abandonment of non-alignment, but its strategic adaptation. The episode revealed a lasting truth of Indian foreign policy. Strategic autonomy does not mean rigidity. Principles guide decisions, but national interest determines action. As the Cold War itself drew to a close, India once again confronted a transformed international landscape.
The collapse of the Soviet Union ended bipolarity and forced India to rethink its place in the world. At home, economic liberalization began. Abroad, foreign policy turned pragmatic. India moved from equidistance, keeping all powers at arm's length, to equiproximity, engaging multiple centers of power simultaneously. Relations with the United States improved, ties with Russia were renewed, Europe gained importance, and the Look East policy reconnected India with Asia. Ideology slowly gave way to interests. This shift laid the foundation for a more flexible and confident approach to global engagement.
In the 21st century, India embraced multi-alignment. It partners with different powers on different issues: security, trade, climate, technology, without surrendering autonomy. This issue-based approach reflects confidence, not confusion. India aligns where interests converge and differs where they do not. As External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar notes, this is strategic sophistication suited to a multipolar world. Multi-alignment, however, is not only about managing power. It is also about shaping India's role in the world.